Many thanks for joining us on the newsroom. I'm Okoyemi Uwoshini, and these are the stories of following at the moment. President Bola Tinubu has expressed his desire that the 2024 Appropriation Act come into effect on January 1st, 2024. The president will address the joint session of the National Assembly on Wednesday in Abuja, charge both arms of the legislative arm to work assiduously and conclude with reasonable dispatch their deliberations on the 2024 budget estimate of 27.5 trillion naira. Titled The Budget of Renewed Hope, Tinubu says he's confident that the National Assembly will continue to work closely with the government to ensure that deliberations on the 2024 budget are thorough.
Despite the global headwind, the Nigerian economy has proven resilient, maintaining moderate but positive growth over the past 12 months. Inflation has trended upward, yes, due to the weak global conditions. To contain this rising domestic prices, we will ensure effective coordination of fiscal and monetary policy measures and collaborate with subnational governments to address structural factors driving inflation in Nigeria. Human capital is the most critical resource of national development. Accordingly, the budget prioritizes human development with particular attention to children, the foundation of our nation. To improve the effectiveness of our budget performance, government will focus on ensuring value for money, greater transparency and accountability. In this regard, we will work more closely with development partners and the private sector.
The Supreme Court has ruled that both old and new Naira notes remain legal tenders. The court ordered that the old 200 Naira, 500 and 1,000 Naira notes continue to coexist till further notice. The Apex Court has ruled that the old and new notes remain in use until the federal government puts a process in place for its replacement or redesign after due consultation with relevant stakeholders. And the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, on Tuesday opened its case in the 1.2 billion naira procurement fund trial of the immediate past governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Godwin Emefiele. Emefiele was brought to court from the custodial facility of the Kuje Correctional Center in Abuja, indicating that he's yet to miss the 300 million naira bail granted him last week by the court. EFCC arraigned Emefiele last week on 6 counts, where he was alleged to have committed the 1.2 billion naira procurement fund during his time as the CBN governor. Justice Amza Moazo adjourned further proceedings till January 18th and 19th, 2024. Nigeria and Angola, two major oil producers in Africa, are resisting a plan by the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, to compel both countries to reduce their crude oil production quota for next year. OPEC had in June cut Nigeria's crude production to 1.38 million barrels per day from the current 1.74 million barrels per day in 2024, following the country's inability to meet its quota for over 3 years. However, Nigeria's production benchmark in the 2024 budget has been pegged at 1.7 million barrels per day, a development that would jeopardize the country budget if it accepts the 1.38 million barrels per day, selling the producers group. Still in business, the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabo, says the short-term focus of the federal government in the power sector is to prioritize metering, electricity distribution and transmission to enhance power supply nationwide. He disclosed this during the third roundtable on enforcement of technical standards, regulation and mandate of the Nigerian Electricity Management Services Agency. Adelabo highlighted the upcoming power sector strategy roadmap, emphasizing a bottom-up approach to prioritize impact over the previous top-down strategies. And on the foreign scene, a U.S. military aircraft has crashed into the sea off the coast of southern Japan. Japan's Coast Guard says the wreckage of a U.S. Osprey, which crashed with 8 crew members on board, has been found along with a deployed lifeboat. The CV-22 Osprey, belonging to the U.S. Yokota Air Base in Tokyo, departed for the Iwakani U.S. base in Yamaguchi region on Wednesday, headed for the Cardena base in Okinawa. And finally, in sports, striker Wang Gujo has been suspended by South Korea 7 weeks before the Asian Cup because of a police investigation into allegations he illegally filmed an ex-girlfriend. The Norwich City forward is accused of filming a sexual encounter with the former partner on his phone without consent, an allegation he has denied. Wang played for South Korea in the 2 World Cup qualifiers this month, scoring a penalty against Singapore, but the Korea Football Association on Tuesday suspended him pending the outcome of police investigations. And that's it on the news at this moment. Join us for more at the top of the hour. I'm Okpayemi Owosheni. Bye for now.